That was beautiful. I feel the same about Miss McCain. I heard you. Thank you so much to Women Supporting Women for inviting me to speak today. What a great way to start our morning. The other night, while making my AOD rounds through campus, I came across a student athlete reviewing the footage from a game she played earlier in the day. When I asked about it, she shared that she consistently reviews film after competitions so she can study what she did well and what she can work on. She was so clearly locked in and driven to improve, and I immediately recognized her motivation. I've met other women like her in my life, and my first thought was, this is how a leader and a champion prepares. But ever since then, I've wondered if she was onto something even bigger. What if we all approached life in this way? What if we paused our life tape and had the courage to analyze both the challenging and rewarding moments? Maybe these realizations could help us in our future. You've all heard a lot about integrity this year, so you know that one piece that is important to me is how we tackle hardship that might shake us to our core. We have a choice. We can put that film away and ignore it forever, or we can play it and pause and reflect on it and figure out how to best move forward. Over the years, I've masked quite a few metaphorical film reels, but there's one particular scene in my life that I still consistently play over and over and over again. Many of you know that I was a high school and collegiate rower. And now what I'm gonna share with you is not a brag, it's not a flex, but I have to set the scene so that you can understand what comes later, which is a part that a lot of you don't know about, and I rarely talk about, because it's messy. So here's the setup. I started rowing in 7th grade at Nobles, and I quickly took to the sport. My experience rowing in high school brought me undefeated seasons, New England and national championships, and a race at the Henley Regatta at 15. I was later recruited as a student athlete and landed at Brown University, where we won 2 consecutive Division I NCAA championships in my freshman and sophomore years. And I was voted in as a tri-captain for my junior year. The sport was clearly a gateway for me, and I was blessed to be around powerful, smart, motivated, funny, and ambitious women who didn't mind if their hands were all torn up or couldn't breathe because of a broken rib. My mom loved to refer to us as Amazon women back then. Nothing was going to stop us. When I replay that part of my life, I am so proud to have been a member of that team and to have rubbed shoulders with such an incredible group of women. My coaches were phenomenal, and they taught me what I was physically and mentally capable of. They also had my back my freshman year when I literally almost flunked out of a science course and would have lost my NCAA eligibility. So now you have the scene set, and this is when the twist happens. By mid-fall of my junior year as a tri-captain, when things should have been at the peak of my rowing career, I realized that I was done. Like, done. I didn't want to take another stroke. My body was tired, I felt uninspired, unmotivated, and strangely, I felt disconnected from the team that I had known intimately. Every waking moment outside of my class was shared with them, and I found myself pulling away slowly, itching to broaden my collegiate experience. Something inside of me shifted, and I couldn't ignore it anymore, so I walked away from what seemingly was a perfect and winning situation. On one hand, what I lost by walking away still haunts me, and my memories are tinged with guilt and maybe even a hint of regret. I hate letting people down. I lost the respect of my coaches, who told me everything I had accomplished for them was meaningless, and many of my teammates, who had chosen me as their leader, turned their backs on me and never spoke to me again. I was hurt, but I didn't blame them, and in fact understood what I had forced into play. I still get anxious when I think about it, so clearly I need to pause and reflect some more. But that said, I knew deep down that it was time to take care of myself and put that first. I couldn't fake leadership to my team, and even the other captains had noticed something change within me. I wanted to pursue something else completely, And little did I know then that that would set me on a brand new trajectory into a life as a professional actor, which is a story for another day. Something I've learned about being a leader is that you can't fake or mimic the leadership of others. In the early years of my career, I tried to emulate what others wanted me to be, or try to copy the characteristics of people I admired, and I would consistently fall embarrassingly flat on my face. I eventually realized I could learn from others, but I had to show up as myself each day, all my imperfections included. High school feels a lot like this. You might have found yourself trying to be someone you're not to get the attention of another. I've been there. Or maybe made a decision because you thought it was a popular choice to make. I've done that. But let's not beat ourselves up for decisions made in the past, but rather let's look at these moments as opportunities for growth, as our classmate did when she reviews her own work. My rowing journey is fundamental to who I am and how I confront challenges head on. But I'm also many other things than just a rower. We all have multiple pieces to our identity that deserve to be explored, especially at your age. Replaying your personal film is transformational, and it might awaken in you something that you hadn't realized. Perhaps it's a daydream that you might actually pursue, or the motivation you need to make sweeping, positive changes in your life. I've seen it work for many. And so in the words of Carrie Bradshaw, in season 5, episode 1, it's okay to let go of who you were to become who you will be. Okay. Thank you.